god! I can shoot milk.
Hey, hey.
This is amazing. Oh my god. Let's play Adios. Hello and welcome to Hula Noob Plays games. Today I'm going to play a game that's actually not really in my wheelhouse, but was suggested by one of my few subscribers. It's actually the first gaming suggestion that I'm trying out, so I'm excited. So Adios is about a pig farmer who decides he no longer wants to dispose of bodies for the mob. The usual, you know. What follows is a discussion between him and his would-be killer. So I guess it's about someone who wants to get out of the mob, but the mob doesn't want him to get out of the mob. Yeah, and it is an adventure story-rich, and an indie game developed by Mischief. And it looks kind of interesting. I really hope this is not the kind of game where you have to shoot your way out or do a lot of survival/stealth stuff, but I think it isn't. I think it's a lot more about the story and about decision trees. And I actually like those kind of games, so I'm really looking forward to it, even though I gotta say, fun fact about me, I really don't care about mafia stories. Everything concerning organized crime is really not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not interested at all. Whether it's a TV show, a movie, a book, I don't want to hear it. Like, I've never watched Breaking Bad. I tried it, didn't like it. I never watched The Sopranos. I don't think I ever fully consciously watched The Godfather. So yeah, you know, I'm going in this game probably knowing nothing of if there are references towards any, you know, crime media, I will not recognize that. So you have to deal with that. So well. Alrighty, there's the piggies. Looks a little bit like the Telltale games from first, you know, impression from the visuals. Okay, new game. Oh, I hope it has subtitles. Shit. Yeah. It's like Walking Dead. Tab. Open journal. Tell him I'm done. Close journal. Ooh.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah, we want subtitles. And maybe a little bit less music than sound effects and voices. That's always good. And let's go... No, back. Resume. Oop.
This.
What, mornings?
No. All of this.
You mean the deal?
Afraid so.
What do you mean? You need better pay, different hours?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm just, you know, done with this.
Uh-huh. Okay. You wanna...
What? Wanna have a drink? A coffee? Yeah, sure. Wanna... dance? Yeah, absolutely. Want to get chased around and get killed by the dude without the socks? No. Shit. I mean, the yeah sure throws me, because I would think that, okay, you wanna... is like, you really want to do this, and then it would be like, yes. But yeah sure sounds... like it's about something else.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I want to help him. Okay.
So-
Yeah, I guess.
You done, huh?
Yep.
Oh,
You do understand what that means, right?
neat. Yeah, I know what it means. Let's help him.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you do.
I do.
And you still think you can quit?
It's a free country.
This isn't that kind of job.
I know. But, all the same, I am done.
Nothing I can do to change your mind.
It's all no. Nope. So,
Nope.
Well, let's go get some coffee. Talk things over. Come on.
yeah, I first gotta... We never get the work done if we're having a coffee first. The breakfast. Is that scrambled eggs? That looks...
Smells delicious
It
as
doesn't
always.
look delicious.
Nah, Sadie was the real cook.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Not much that's better than your home-cooked eggs.
I don't know.
Hope you don't mind, I left out the bell peppers this time.
Can't stand them.
And the salt. Okay. Can I inspect the egg? No, I can't. Okay. Sadie liked peppers, no jalapenos. Me neither. Let's go with this.
Sadie always liked peppers, though, so I put up with them.
Not to change the subject, but how long we been doing this for, you think?
15 years, just about.
Summer of 78. Why'd we meet? What was it?
Bill was sick. That sounds more interesting. Who the hell is Bill?
Bill was sick.
And you couldn't afford a doctor.
I guess we couldn't. Why would I start feeding corpses to pigs if we totally could have afforded it?
No, we could not.
So you needed my help.
You or God's.
Well, here's what I remember. I had a problem that night, and Jimmy was trying to help me solve that problem when who should come in through that door but you?
It's me, the pig farmer. Okay, I thought Jimmy could help.
Jimmy was always bragging about connections back home. I thought he could help.
Jimmy knew we could help each other, so he called up Tony. We agreed, made a deal. We all agreed. Ugh. Anyone ever tell you you're no good at making coffee?
Sadie did. All the time.
Thought you'd have got it better by now.
Well, Sadie made the coffee. I made the bacon.
It's good bacon. You know, when I was a kid, I thought pigs were all pink with curly tails.
Yorkshires are. Mine are red wattle. American breed. Not a lot of them out there, you know.
That's so.
Mm-hmm. Always thought it'd be nice, you know, to raise pigs that was different. I had some Yorkies way back. Must have been, I don't know, before the service.
Long time ago.
I'm an old man.
You and me both.
You don't look old.
So why the Waddles? Funny name.
Like I said, American breed. Nearly went extinct. Thought I'd do my part to keep 'em alive. And that tastes good.
And eat him.
You aren't wrong. You know, the other day, I was reading the paper.
Look at you, an intellectual.
Maybe. Anyways, I read that pigs were as smart as us. You believe that?
Yep, I do. I do.
I suppose so.
How smart do you reckon?
They're super smart. That's why I stopped eating pork, because I read that pigs are so social. They're so smart. And I felt like super bad. I mean, it's kind of a horrible thing. I said that in another Let's Play. To eat people, to eat... It's horrible to eat people, sure. But it's also horrible to say I only eat stupid animals. Like, I don't really want it to go that route. But I don't know, after reading about, especially about the social aspects of pigs. It's the same with cows. It's getting more difficult to eat burgers, beef burgers, because cows are such social animals. Like, they have best friends. They have best friends. Jesus. I know they're definitely smarter than a dog. I would say they're probably as smart as we are because, yes, human beings can do great things, but look at the state. It's, like, the pandemic has shown me that surely pigs would do a better job than this. So, I'm not sure. Also, can I just say that the voice actors are pretty good? I really enjoy them. They're good. Let's go with this one.
Smarter than a dog.
Think we could teach one to play fetch?
Bill did? Oh, well.
Bill taught one, actually, back in 4-H. Called it, Henry.
Aw.
What happened to Henry?
Well, Bill had to learn how to butcher sometime.
We all do. Do you think the pigs know
Know what?
that they're food?
They
Oh,
do.
pigs don't think like that.
How do you know?
'Cause I know pigs. Pigs ain't like us. Well, sure, they're smart. They eat, they sleep, but they do not plan. They don't think about the future.
And I suppose you do?
Every man does.
I think I'm just about finished up here. What do you say I accompany you today?
First of all, I guess Bill is his son, and I'm not quite sure whether Bill is still alive or not. And also, I feel like you're such, like, I get that as long as people still eat meat, you know, someone has to butcher them, and then I guess it's better on a farm where, you know, the pigs are raised under humane conditions. But to let your kid butcher their favorite pig, the one they gave a name to, the one they taught things, is the crappiest kind of parenting. And I'm immediately like, I don't like the protagonist. Like, no, that's not Jesus Christ, you know? I mean, that's horrible. That's horrible. I mean, what and seriously are the same kind of answers, right? It's like, what? Seriously? I guess what? I mean, I think if I think back on the game description, I think my goal is to not get killed by him. So I guess what is less aggressive? Like, seriously, what? Oh God, I said both. So both is aggressive. I go with what?
How do you reckon?
Well, my visits are always so short. Figured I could help you out with some chores. Maybe figure out what's going on with your little sports truck in the garage.
As long as you're okay with shoveling manure first. What about your sidekick?
Protege. When I retire, he'll be the man you'll be dealing with. Good guy. Smart. Discreet. Ambitious.
Like you, I guess. But, listen.
Yeah.
I told you already. I'm quitting.
We'll see.
Also, those pigs looked creepy as hell. What's that? 38? 31? Is that how old I'm going to be? I don't know. Oh, it's the... No. Oh yeah, it's the distance from stuff. Yeah, it's the distance from stuff. Yeah, to the developers, I am not the... There's things I'm really good with when it comes to analyzing stories and, you know, interpretations and stuff like that. Like, I'm really into that. But I'm really dense when it comes to recognizing gameplay. And that's because I'm Hula Noob. And the name is the game. Oh no! Is that Henry? No name? That is ominous. Okay, we're back. Oh, the piggies are there. Okay, where do we want to go? I forgot. Also, he's creepy. But really smartly dressed, I guess. I mean, not too smart. Like, it's okay. You know, skinny fit suit. Like the tie thingy. And then the shoes without socks. Yeah, good luck. Your feet are probably just wet by now. Approaching scene. Oh. So things happen here.
Huh. I've always wondered what was in this shack.
Have you now?
Figured it was just some old shack at first, but every time I asked what was in there, you haven't been forthcoming.
I have not, no.
Tried to take a look in the window once.
Did you now?
Enter the shack.
Ta-da! Beautiful.
The soda.
Machines. Here I figured you had a deep, dark secret.
We have a deep, dark secret. This here is one of my hobbies.
What, collecting them?
Well, sure, I collect them, I guess, but that's not really the point.
Is there a point to any hobby?
It depends. What I meant was that it's no fun to just collect them. I fix them up. That's where the real fun is.
Makes sense.
I mean, you know, in a real life scenario, it would be super ominous if we're here and I'm just inspecting all the tools I can just kind of use to kill him with. Do I want to know what kind of hobbies he has, or if he wants to ask me something? Let's go with the hobbies.
You got any hobbies yourself?
Me?
Well, who else am I talking to?
I mean, who doesn't have hobbies?
Well, what's yours?
Reading, I guess?
Reading isn't a hobby.
Yeah,
It
of course
is.
it's a hobby. What do you think libraries are for?
Yeah.
Everyone reads. Heck, I read the paper every day. But reading isn't a part of your personality. It's just a thing people say they do when they don't have any other hobbies.
You really believe that?
I knew someone who read every single day. She said she loved the smell of books, the texture of the pages on her fingers. She even bound books. Her hobby wasn't reading, it was books.
You put too much thought into this.
Well, a hobby is something you do because you're passionate about it. If it's something you're not wholly in love with, then you're still trying to figure out what your hobby is.
You got a problem with my passion?
No, you said I guess. No one says I guess when they love something.
Is
Jesus.
love a requirement for a hobby?
Absolutely. Love's a requirement for many things.
And so you love fixing soda machines.
That is correct.
Why?
It relaxes me.
I don't know. Soda machines. It's an unusual thing for a man to want to fix. Don't people get paid to fix them?
It is unusual, but when the missus and I would get into fights, or when things was bad, or I was anxious, I don't know. Now, Sadie's sister, once she passed, told me that it was all right to cry, that it wasn't weakness, that it was okay, and I remember sitting there in that empty living room with everyone murmuring and telling me how sorry they were, and I didn't feel like I needed to cry.
Didn't you miss her?
Of course I did. Still do, but I don't know. Not everybody needs to cry. I don't need to cry. I don't get in that way, you know? Weakness? No. I don't know what she was talking about, weakness. Crying never felt weak to me. That's just not how I am.
I can't remember the last time I cried. Maybe that movie about the boy and his dogs.
It's like 20
Always
movies.
cry over that one. Dogs are good. Innocent. Yeah, when a dog dies, that always moves me to tears.
Yeah.
But Josie insisted. Then she kept insisting. Then, I don't know, I think she got offended I wouldn't cry, as if she loved Sadie more than me. And she made me feel like I was something wrong. Of course, that wasn't true. There wasn't nothing wrong with me. I just didn't, I wasn't like that. It wasn't what I needed. It wasn't how I needed to grieve. This is how I grieve, this right here. When I got a problem, I fix it. And when I fix it, I fix a little part of me. And I don't know how or why, but it's healing. It's a healing thing, and that's why a man's got to have a hobby.
Sorry,
No, it's all right. I figured, I figured if someone's got to know, this is my quiet little hobby. A thing I do to help me work out my worries.
well, yeah, looks like you fixed this one up real nice.
I'm proud of it. Proud of all of them. But I'm proud of this one most.
Thank you for taking the time to show me.
There's another reason I wanted to show this to you.
What's that?
If you want it, it's yours.
What am I gonna do with a pop machine?
Well, grab yourself a nice, refreshing drink of soda every so often, you big dummy.
Wait, I couldn't possibly.
Yeah. Please. A little memento of our time together.
Oh, come on, a memento. Let's keep this train rolling. We can work something out.
You come on back by, pick up the soda machine. Take it home with you. Or don't. If you really got no use for it, I won't be offended.
I'll think it over. What's next?
Tell my Don, move the manure, milk the goats, feed the horse, throw horseshoes, check the shed. The thing is, I'm sorry, it was such a moving scene, with the death of Sadie and everything, but I accidentally threw the soda can at him, and then I was lost. And then when I tried to do it again, just for shits and giggles, he actually took the soda, and I got an achievement. And that kind of... Like, I get easily distracted. If something's funny, I get, like, yeeted out of the moment. And it was really funny. But I acknowledge the scene. So, this is all... We're basically walking around with him and trying to... I don't know, make him feel for us? Can I throw those at him? No, I can just inspect them. I can't take them. Also, the whole shebang with the hobby and love and passion... just... I get what he means, but I don't think it's super necessary to make something so intense about every fucking thing in your life. And I think hobbies sometimes can just be things that you make to relax, to get off of the workforce, and to say you have to have passion for your hobby. If you're not really in it, then it's not really a hobby. Shut up. If I want to do, I'm not passionate about puzzles, but I like to do puzzles just to get my head cleared. So I would say it's a hobby, because I have so many puzzles that it is definitely a hobby. Like, I can't excuse it as not a hobby anymore. And, let me just have that. Like, I don't give a shit whether I'm passionate about it or not. I just enjoy it. Like, I get it, sometimes, but because the thing with the passion, it always, like, veers so close to, because if you're passionate, you work so hard that you make it your profession, you turn into a professional, and that's not really, hobbies don't need to do that. We don't have to, like, put everything into the capitalist machinery of production and betterment, we can just do shit to enjoy ourselves. Anyways, approaching the next scene, the horseshoes.
Why horseshoes?
It's a passion, I guess.
Well, why not horseshoe?
Doesn't it feel stereotypical?
Well, look around you. My nearest neighbor lives, half a mile down the road. It ain't the city. We don't have nightclubs and pool halls to go hang out at.
Pool halls? What is this, 1890? This is 1992, friend. We got shopping malls for teenagers, restaurants, clubs, whatever. But pool halls? I don't even know if they had those when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. Well, time doesn't pass out here as quickly, I suppose. No need for all that, stimulation.
Ah, so you play horseshoes.
Mm-hmm. Or read a good book? Develop photos you took for yourself? Go fly fishing?
It sounds idyllic. Quaint, but idyllic. And you just want to give up this home-cooked paradise?
It's lonely too. I'm just so tired because it's wrong. It's wrong. Why? This is the first time, I think, where number one is like super clear and the others are not. Is this like the game telling me pick one or you will die? Because it's wrong feels like so emotional. I don't know whether that is the right approach to him because he seems quite. I don't even know the name anymore. Also, did I mention that I'm bad with names? Yes, that also. I don't know whether he's the type of guy who's into that emotional stuff. I'm just so tired is kind of good, but maybe then he's like, well, you're so tired that you don't want to live anymore, blah blah. It's lonely too. I don't. I want to pick one of these others. Piece of
That's lonely, too.
We could get you a nice place in the city.
Shit.
Never was one for crowds.
Thought you said you were lonely.
I'd be just as lonely in a crowd. Sadie, nobody else could really see me, understand what I was.
How do you figure? What?
After Saigon, when I got back, all these people were hugging their loved ones or protesting or whatever, and I don't know. I never felt more alone in all my life. I was home. I should have been happy, and I wasn't.
Well, it wasn't a popular war. You lost friends too, right?
Yeah, but I got home. It was dark, and there was Sadie waiting for me. Porch light like a halo around her head. And I knew I wasn't alone anymore.
So you came back to your high school sweetheart.
I thought he'd have married her by then. I didn't think she'd wait for me.
Why not? You're a handsome guy. I bet all sorts wanted you, especially back then. Women love a man in uniform.
You see that house on the hill?
What, the burned out one? I always wondered what happened there.
Gary Gordon, of the Gordon family. Went to high school with us. But, well, most of us were farm folk. Sadie, her dad, was the county judge, so for us that's pretty high society. The Gordons owned a lot of land, and all that passed to Gary after his ma died. In high school, he'd been our quarterback after his pa paid off the school, but he wasn't a bad athlete.
Good-looking guy?
Oh, a real James Dean. And he had eyes for Sadie. The poor farm boy who couldn't play on the team versus the star quarterback. Shit, what kind of contest was that?
Hey, who wouldn't want all this?
Man, yet when I came home, there she was.
Where was Gary? He surfed too?
Gary was too rich to serve. Star quarterback had some health exemption. Didn't get drafted.
Uh-huh. So then, where was he?
Running his dad's business. Trying to win her heart. Didn't work. Well, she invited him to the wedding. I didn't want him there, but, well, you know Sadie.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Does he though? Okay.
Gordons own most of the property around here, including the 200 acres surrounding that hill.
Right.
And he built a house.
A house? Wait. That house?
The very same.
Looks like it was a mansion.
It was.
Why'd he build it?
I don't know. To remind her what she'd given up, maybe?
So, what happened to the wealthy Gary Gordon and his mansion?
Well, he built it one year. Must have been 1966 or so, and he went inside and he just disappeared. Then one night, about a year later, there was a storm and boom, no more Gary Gordon.
No more Gary Gordon. Huh.
Maybe he was lonely too.
Maybe. Oh! I won! Guess this city slicker's still got it. What's next?
Look, you won because I have no idea how to play this game. As you could see, maybe I tried out a few things, like having it here high, because I thought if I have it higher up, I will throw it further. Or if I press the E button longer, I will have more power behind it, but it felt super random. I did not feel like I had control on where those landed. So, you won because the game mechanic for this, the gameplay is not ideal. Also, that Gary Gord, like, he vanished, but then a year later he was gone. I didn't get that. Like, did he disappear just from the social life, so he was like a recluse? Or did he, disappear and then 1 year later they found the corpse? That was a little bit confusing. Also, so the mafia dude, he knows Sadie. Also, how old is he? Because if they met in 78, and I guess he was already a grown man, like not a 6-year-old, and now it's 92, then he's like, it's been 14 years. He looks so young. He looks like he was in his early 20s when we met the first. Like, I sound like old, but he sounds and looks so young. Like, good on you. I guess crime does pay. With glowing skin. Ooh, there's a bunker. Oh, what? Holy shit. Holy shit, there's a bunker. I can't open it? Oh, crap. I want to walk around and look a little bit. I don't think I would finish this in one episode because we're half an hour in and I think there's still a lot to do. Whoop! Oh shit, I don't want to do that. That's a cute scarecrow. Like, do we have to, like, shoot those discs? Isn't that what that is? Is there something in here? That's a nice car. Ugh. Will there be a scene where I have to, like, run away? And then it's like, if I know where all the stuff is, then I have, like, an advantage. Also, I have so many cars! Again, I guess crime really does pay. Okay, so the tab is feed the horses. Yes, I want to feed the horses. But also, can I open this? No. Can I go upstairs? Yeah, but I can't. Oh, I can sit. What's L and B? What the? What's the? Oh, okay. Left mouse button. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, look at that. I'm hovering. I'm hovering. Can I get up? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm an old man resting my bones. Aw. Those animals all look a little bit
Don't you own a tractor?
weird.
What?
What?
Pigs, I get. Goats, too. Some fellas have chickens and cows. That's all well and good, but what's the point of a horse?
Horses are God's most beautiful creatures.
What, you just keep a horse around because they're beautiful?
Horses belong on farms.
Uh-huh. You haven't got a saddle for him, so you don't ride him. He's no racehorse. Can't eat him. What's the point?
Hey.
Well, I don't see the point in a farm without a horse. Gotta have a horse.
And what's this about them being beautiful? Beautiful, really. Beautiful, he says. Spindly legs and bloated bellies and those weird teeth. Sleep standing up. Who sleeps standing up? Something wrong with that. Aren't you going to say something?
Yes, you can pet the horse.
One day maybe this feller will understand. There you go. There you go.
To me, I mean.
I keep apples here 'cause he likes them. Likes the salt lick, too. Want to feed him one?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure? You sure? Come on, take it.
Suit yourself.
There we go, horse.
Alrighty, here you go, boy. No, I gotta get going. Why don't you walk on out to pasture, rest a spell?
Oof. Horses give me the willies.
Can't see why.
I mean, I guess that some people don't like horses, like especially there's horses that are so gigantic. You know, I mean, in Germany we have like comparably small horses, but I've seen pictures of horses that are really just like big old monsters, and I see why some people are scared of them. But still, like, your opinion on horses, like super spindly legs. Look at that chunky, like that's a thick thigh. That's not a spindly leg. I don't get it. I mean, yes, this horse is, designed with the veins and the eyes that makes it super creepy, like more than is necessary. But in general, horses are actually quite lovely. Ah. Why? Why? Oh, that's probably for the pigs. Okay, I get it. I thought, like, why so many bathtubs? I think it's kind of funny and amusing that both the people in this game, like the protagonist and the antagonist, I guess, have such strong opinions on these weird, banal things. Like hobbies and horses, and it's so intense, None of them chills. Yeah, I think we want to milk the goats? We want to milk the goats. Get some goat's cheese. Yum, 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 yum. Will you then go on a rant about goat's cheese? Ugh. The goat.
Back home they call you the pig farmer.
That description is apt.
And yet, you also have goats.
I do also have goats.
Yeah.
And a horse. And I had a dog. Tried cows once. Bill raised a newt or something, but it died.
Well, most people have.
Oh.
I don't know, chickens and cows. You got goats.
Is that judgment I hear?
No judgment, no. Just wondering, why goats?
Goat milk.
There can't be much profit in that.
Well, there's enough. Besides, I had you.
Have. You still have.
As I've said, I'm no longer interested in that particular revenue stream.
We're the ones who sever ties. And you don't want us severing ties.
I believe I made myself clear.
I feel like we've had this conversation a couple of times now, and you still don't seem to get that I'm done with this line is just going to look really silly at the end of the day.
You were asking me about goats.
Yeah, goats.
I like them. They like to play. They'll eat just about anything. The milk's an acquired taste, but I've always liked the cheese. Meat's good with the right curry. A friend taught me that a while back.
So, you like them for the utility?
I like them because they're playful. Want to get started?
Started?
Milking.
What's weird, like, he's never been on a farm, has he? Because he's always like, it's so unusual that you have a horse on a farm. I've never seen such a weird, unusual thing. And then most people have pigs and cows, but goats, that is so outlandish. Dude, goats and horses are such staples on a farm. Like, if you get one of those toy packages for farm animals, they're in there. It's not like he has like, even ostriches wouldn't make sense because actually there's actually ostrich farms. But I would get it for ostriches if it was like, well, you have an ostrich, that's kind of unusual. But with goats and horses, it's really, I don't know. Some of those introductions to the conversations, like, have you really lived so much in the city that you don't really know what farm animals are? Also, in Europe, at least, they eat horse meat. Just in case you wanted to know the horrible truth.
Hey, really? I always wanted to try that.
Well, here's your chance. My goats are smart. They know what's up, so they'll just walk up. Here they are. Come on. Now they'll just take their positions here like they should. Got feed all ready for them. Just you take a seat there.
Not very comfortable.
Suppose not. Well, now that we're seated, all you gotta do is grab the teat with your thumb and forefinger.
And pull?
No, don't pull. Just sort of rhythmically squeeze with the rest of your fingers. Gently pushing the milk out.
Like this?
Just like that, yes. All you gotta do is do that till the goat's out of milk.
Huh. This is kind of nice.
Can I do
I
that?
found it relaxing.
Well, I think I could get used to this.
Why don't you?
Say what?
Why not get used to this?
What, and come work with you?
Sure.
Yeah, some folks might take issue with that.
Well, can't make everybody happy. Better than ending up shop.
Whoop. Whoop. Am I doing it right? I know, this looks so weird. What am I doing here? Goaty, am I doing you right or wrong? Shoot. I feel like nothing's happening. I'm just... Like, is that the milk? Is that supposed to be the milk? But nothing happens in the bucket. Blam, blah, 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 blah. Bop, 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 bop. I feel like I'm not doing it right. But holding doesn't do anything. Whoop! Oh my god! I can shoot milk.
Hey!
This is amazing! Oh my god! I'm screaming! This is so funny! And he's like, hey! I mean, you could have retaliated. Make it a goat's milk fight. So that's it? Am I hitting the bucket? There's no visualization of me being successful at all. Can I shoot the other goat? Are they moving in unison? No. Blop.
Oh, gun down. Life over just like that.
I usually get to shoot back.
Well, we all wind up dead in the end, don't we?
I'd rather live as long as possible.
What good is that?
Living?
What good is living if you ain't happy?
Who says I'm not happy?
I'm not.
You could be.
I don't think I could.
Was it?
Well, that does it for the goats.
Did I actually have to do
Still,
that?
Thinking about what I've been saying?
I
Amazing.
haven't stopped.
Changed your mind?
No. No, I have not.
Absolutely amazing. So I was supposed to shoot him twice in the face with goat's milk. Well, you're a good sport, by the way. And the noise, like... I don't want to make that noise, but it was funny.
Hey!
The shovel. Oh yeah, it's the
What's
manure.
the wheelbarrow for?
Hauling.
Hauling what?
Cow pies.
Cow pies,
Cow pies?
proverbially.
And what are we supposed to do with this crap?
We are going to fertilize. Well, not now, it's October, but we're going to put it in a nice big pile where it belongs.
We?
Well, you did say you wanted to help.
Yeah, guess I did.
So help. Pick up that shovel over there. We'll shovel it in, wheel it out, dump it, and we're good.
And you do this every day.
Mm-hmm. Most every day.
And you want to keep doing this every day.
It's my routine.
Shoveling shit.
Someone's got to do it.
That isn't the first time you've told me that.
I remember.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know, I did some digging on you. Personally, not the shit kind. Know what I found?
I reckon you'll tell me.
You went back. What happened that day in the valley?
You saw the report. I'm not going to talk about it.
Come on.
No.
Suit yourself. But you got a medal. You didn't have to go back. Had a wife and kid here. In a time where most of us were trying to figure out how to stay home. You went back.
You going somewhere with this?
Think it'd be fun if you told me why? While we're shoveling shit?
I was recon. You know that, I reckon. I was in the hospital, staring at the ceiling, magazines next to me on the bed. And I had this, moment. A moment of clarity.
A revelation.
Uh-huh. And the revelation was this. Them protesters weren't doing a damn thing. The hippies and the bands weren't changing anything. You know who was?
The Vietnamese? The Russians?
No. The news. You hit someone hard enough day in, day out with the realities of war, pretty soon they'll tire of it. Vietnam, that was our first time that close to war. So, I figured,
You figured?
you ain't the only one of us who's killed people.
Why do you think I offered you that job back in '74?
Turned it down for the same reason I went back. They were telling us our patriotic duty was to go and fight for our country. Well, that's what I did.
You weren't recon when you went back, though.
Went back with a camera. Talked them into letting me help with the press, keeping them safe and all that. So I did. And I took pictures. Took all the pictures I could. I fought in a different way.
Did you win?
We pulled out of Nam, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. And now you're here. Great big war hero. Shuffling shit.
Nothing wrong about it.
Shoveling shit.
Ooh. What?
Do you know what this is?
Tree?
Well, you ever seen a tree like it?
A tree's a tree.
Remember all them roasted chestnuts at Christmas?
Oh, sure. I mean, I kind of figured. Been by often enough to see the chestnuts myself. Why? Is it special to you?
This is an American chestnut tree.
Oh, hey, Saul. He's telling us about his American chestnut tree.
American, huh? Thought they all died.
What?
You remembered.
Pays to remember things.
Like the American chestnut.
I'm a little lost here.
Oh, a couple weeks back, Saul came by, said you couldn't make it. Business as usual. Saw I had a bucket of chestnuts, asked if pigs could eat 'em, so we got to talking, and I told him about chestnuts.
Uh-huh. And what did you learn?
Pork tastes better with chestnuts. And most American chestnuts had died off.
It's true. Long before you or I was born, the American chestnut was prized for the quality of its wood.
Jimmy'd like that.
Oh, that he would. But this tree, there ain't many like it left. American chestnuts almost all died out because of the Asian fungus around 1900 or so. The chestnut blight.
That's what, like Couple 100,000 trees?
Oh, billions. 4 billion trees. Snuffed out practically overnight. Well, lumberjacks suddenly out of work in places like West Virginia. Those economies never recovered.
Thought West Virginia was coal country.
Logging, too, before it all died off. Now there's trees like the General here, making nuts year-round. And I feed them to the Reds, and they grow nice and fat and tasty.
Seems lonely.
It is lonely. Heartbreakingly lonely. To know everyone else you ever loved has passed on. So, I look after him and he looks after me. And I don't know. Sadie and I, we talked about being buried here, you know.
Changed your mind?
Brody's grave was enough for me. But, I don't know. I thought about having him moved. I don't know.
You've got plenty of years left in you yet. So, what's the moral of the story? With the trees, I mean.
Be wary of outsiders.
Heck no. There are trees out there that are blight resistant. Maybe even the General here, but I'm too afraid to find out. With enough time and horticultural understanding, we could have done something.
Preserved all these trees?
Maybe we could have. They are magnificent. It's just I don't know. I wasn't trying to teach you a lesson or anything.
But you did make a point of it.
I did do that. It's a part of me is all. And God willing, to live for 100 more years. I don't know. I see myself as a custodian of sorts. And one day
Saul, go ahead and wait for me at the van. Hey. Look at me. You're thinking about dying. Thinking you can pass this responsibility off to someone else. You don't have to do this. Give the tree another decade of your time.
Well, the time of my demise aside, someone ought to know about the tree.
Jimmy'd love to know about this.
Oh, Jimmy would cut it down.
He would.
Please. Don't tell him.
Hey, I'm good at keeping secrets, but Jimmy's Jimmy.
Please. Let me rest here. And if there's a way to... Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Hey, you got more to show me, right? The garage, huh?
No tour would be complete without the garage.
I have to ask, why a sports truck?
I think they're called coupe utility, but, you mean why not a sports car?
Yeah, I mean, I always figured you'd have a midlife crisis like the rest of us. Sports car, motorcycle, an affair, something like that.
Couldn't really say why I love these so much. Saw mine one day, fell in love.
With that?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Had to bring her
gorgeous.
home with me.
I'll admit, it has a charm to it.
But she won't run.
No? Well, pop the hood. Let's take a look.
You're serious?
Sure, already had my midlife crisis.
Motorcycle?
Sports car. And these puppies, well, you know, they're similar enough. Some of them even use the same engine. We can figure this out.
All right.
It's the side door. Oh.
Now, let's see here. Can you get me that drop light? My eyes aren't what they were.
Yeah, how... Oh, okay.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Saul's a good kid.
What's that?
Saul was a good kid. I like him. It was nice him coming by.
Yeah? That's good to hear. Never met anyone with so much promise
Never?
in my entire life. Saul's dad was a good man. Didn't think his kid had it. As a boy, he was too soft. But then he got older, graduated college, really came into his own. Eager, more capable than he knows.
Great listener.
Can you believe we were his age once?
Hard to admit.
When I was young, I thought I knew everything.
Yeah? And now?
Today, I learned from you and him about chestnuts.
Well, learn something new every day, I suppose. You check the spark plugs?
Give me a second. What about your boy?
Bill? Oh, he's fine, I guess.
You guess. Hey, how old is he again?
Born in 60, so, 32 as of September.
Huh. Roy would have been about his age.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wow. What's this about you and Bill?
Oh, he don't want to talk to me no more.
What? Bill? Tow-headed little guy, always friendly and outgoing? That Bill?
It's about Sadie.
Not about the cow,
Yeah.
the pig, Henry.
Hey, mind if I ask you a completely unrelated question? What's with the airplanes at your neighbor's place?
Oh, Chuck's farm.
Chuck? Huh. Yeah, what's with all the planes? There's no runway around here.
You know how farmers are. Hey, have you checked the air filter?
Yeah. And yeah, I know how you are. You got plenty of junk too, but I've never seen anyone else with, what are they, World War II bombers or something?
I think he has a B-36.
No kidding.
You got no idea what a B-36 is, have you?
Yeah, have the foggiest.
Well, a B-36 is a big old bomber made out of magnesium. Biggest America ever had. Took 2 train tankers to fill one up. And you could fly from Monday to Thursday without refueling.
So why does Chuck have one in his backyard, plus all the others?
Asked him about that once.
Okay, wire's loose here.
Oh,
Where?
Right there. So, what'd he say?
Oh, dead navigator came to him in a dream.
What?
Dead navigator from the Korean War came to him in a dream, said the planes were in danger of being lost, and it was up to Chuck to save them.
So, Chuck's crazy.
Well, eccentric maybe, but, well. Do you believe in ghosts?
If I did, I'd have a different job. Why, do you?
I figure we all move on in some way. Energy is neither created nor lost and all that.
So you're saying a dead navigator came to a farmer in the middle of nowhere, no offense, and told him that it was his job to preserve airplanes?
Yep.
So now there's a bunch of planes on a crazy coots farm.
And he keeps them safe. Can you think of a better place for him to be?
Well, want to try running it?
Nah. I trust you.
Suit yourself. Where to next?
oh God, shit.
Shotguns, huh?
I always liked shotguns.
Liked?
Still do.
I like revolvers myself, when it's for sport.
Got a few of those.
Oh yeah? What's your favorite?
Them big slab-sided ones. They have a charisma. What about you?
Nothing special, really. 357s when I can. But this is a shotgun.
Yep. Figured we could shoot some skeet. Always liked shooting skeet. Taught Bill to shoot this way.
You're a good father.
Couldn't be better.
Name a father that couldn't. So, how do we do this? Who's going first?
You can go first.
All right, then. This is more my speed. Hanging out, shooting guns. Maybe a few beers next time.
I'm not sure guns and beers mix, friend.
Oh, sure they do, like peanut butter and very dangerous chocolate. Next time. Trust me, next time.
And there isn't gonna be a next time.
Oh, there's always a next time.
This is it. After today, we are done.
I've tried to tell you, I keep trying to tell you, there is no out. There is no done. You keep doing this. You never do anything again. It's permanent. Kaput.
Then it's kaput.
You don't mean it.
If that's the way it's gotta be.
You have a choice.
You haven't listened to a word I've said.
I've been listening. I've been listening all morning. I've been listening to you talk about being sad and lonely and refusing to listen to reason.
I have my reasons,
Your reasons aren't any good.
but they're mine.
Walk me to my car.
Oh, so if I would have been first, I could have shoot some stuff? The goodbye. Oh, it's already... Okay.
So, this is it then.
It is.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Because I need to.
We're friends, goddammit. You don't get to get all stoic on me. I know losing her was hard, but there's gotta be something. Gotta be.
I can't take care of the farm like I used to. There isn't much point anymore.
So sell the farm. Move into the city. Meet someone new.
Do you believe in hell?
What?
Do you believe in hell?
I'm not scared of hell, if that's what you mean.
I didn't ask if you were scared. I asked if you believe.
I don't know.
Well, I do. And I think doing this, I think that's where I'm headed.
And why? You think you can buy your way into heaven?
I can't take back what I've done. What I can do is do something right,
Why?
because I want to see her again. That's all. I just want to see her again. And I figure I'll do one right thing with my life, just one thing. Maybe I'll get to see her again. One more time.
And this is your one right thing.
It is.
How do you know? How do you know if any of this is true?
I don't know. But I got the notion, and the notion's got me. So, least I can do is, tell you adios.
Just like that.
What else is there to say?
Not much, I guess.
No.
All right, then. Have it your way. I'll be back this evening. You get an afternoon. Do whatever you gotta do. Just, leave the door unlocked.
I can do that.
Adios, friendo.
Be seeing ya.
Game title. Damn. Why can't you let me live? I will most definitely not tittle-tale on him. You could just leave me be. I mean, so far, I think I expected a bit more choices in the conversations, because at the beginning there were more, and then they turned, there were fewer and fewer choices. And I feel like I have no control over the conversation, and that actually would have been nice to, to have an influence of a few of those conversations. And also, I feel like I did not really feel or experience that I had an influence on on the outcome of the game. Like, the choices I had, there was nothing really where I thought, yeah, with this one, most definitely this will completely turn everything around. So, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we're going fishing. Okay. Also, I think with a few of those things we can do together with him, I think it would have been nice to have a bit more time to do them without the conversation. You know, to have a like certain time spot where we can do like the horseshoe stuff and whatnot and the shooting, the plates, and then afterwards have the conversation so I can actually enjoy some of the gameplay, because as it is, I'm trying out to figure the gameplay for the horseshoes, for example, but I also have to listen to incredibly sad, intimate stories, and that's a little bit too much. So either have to like give up on the gameplay or don't really listen properly to the story. And I'm not quite sure that that's successful.
Nice catch.
Catch Admiral this time. Didn't I catch one? Oh. I never really went fishing. The few things I know about fishing, I actually know from video games. I don't think I could fish. I don't know. I would always feel bad. And I know I eat fish, like I know the whole shebang, you know, but still, I couldn't do it myself.
Come on. Nice catch.
I can put it in the... Oh, I thought I could put it back. Like, damn it. Catch Admiral, maybe the next bite. So the Admiral is not the fish I caught? I have no idea. Come on.
Come on. Oh, don't do that. Come on.
You're doing something wrong?
Ooh, nice catch.
Is that the game? Is that supposed to happen, that I don't catch it? Because I don't know what to do.
Come on.
Oh, there's a line tension. Oh, I get it. That's the Admiral. Can I not?
Nice catch.
I cannot release it. I mean, that would have been such a nice touch, especially since the theme of the game, symbolism, metaphors, analogies. I mean, that would have been amazing if you could have just, you know, released the fish again. And then it's like, you know, you can still live. Check on the horse, call the boy. Call a neighbor. Who the hell are the who is the boy? Check on the horse, that's very important. Feed the horse some apples. How do you like them apples? Man, I'm out here. What's it like? There's shit everywhere. Oh, that feels like home. Yeah, with the game, I mean, it's this, the description, you know, implies that you have some sort of impact on the game ending, but it doesn't play as such. And I like the mini games. I think they're supposed to kind of cut through the conversations, but I actually think the conversations would help more. Or it would more make the conversations, you know, not that you're static in a place, if you could move around. Because you can't. At some point you get really, really slow. And then you can't walk further. And if you could just, you know, I mean, this is such a big place. And if you could just walk around and, you know, inspect some stuff or whatnot. Like a bit more interaction with the environment while you're talking would maybe help. Oh god, where's my horse? Oh, there's my horse. The horse part 2. This is so dramatic.
Right. Come on now. Come on now. That's a good boy.
You don't have to tell me, game. Of course I'm feeding the apple to the horse, even though it's a creepy horse. Horses don't
Run
look
you an
like
apple.
this.
Granny Smith. Just like you like. Good boy.
There you go.
Good boy.
I love you.
You've been real good to me. You know that? Mm-hmm. Brought me a lot of good luck. Good times. Without you, I don't, I do not know. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all you done. Gonna go ahead and leave the barn door open behind me when I go. You want to leave, you go find someone else. I figure I'll just, I'll leave you to it.
Aww. What I do like about the game is the reason for ending the whole mafia shenanigans. You know, that his wife died, and he's like, she'll go definitely to heaven, and I won't, and I really want to see her a last time. It's kind of, that's really moving. I don't really get why they would kill him. I don't really see a reason for them. I don't think the mob, why would they do that? Because here's the thing, if they kill him, there's, you know, there's policemen, and they will look at stuff, and they will maybe find out stuff. But if they don't kill, he's not going to tell anyone about this. Blessed. Okay. I don't know, some of those inspections could give me a bit more than just... No, I didn't want to... I'm wasting so much water in this gameplay. Oh, okay. Like, why would he kill me? Oh, that's my kid. I don't think... Oh. Like, I can't look at the tape, but it's there. That's so weird. Is that supposed to be Gang of Four? But it also looks like Ruid, but, you know, a weird version. Silent Skulls. So kind of post-punk, new wave kind of kid. Oh! How the turns have tabled. I took too long to make it a good joke, sorry. The Fools, they look like, that looks like the Led Zeppelin poster. That totally looks like, there's a Led Zeppelin poster that kind of looks like this. Wonder whether that was the influence. Foods Trash Kitchen, I love that. That is very realistic. That's really what you, if you reuse your cartons, your boxes, let's just say, then that's what you do. Oh, so the choices are, like, I could have, because now upstairs there's nothing, and there was a scene upstairs, but I didn't do it. I didn't choose it, and now... Oh, that's my pictures? Yeah, maybe I could have developed some pictures. I can't look at them? Oh. I mean, it's not interesting to inspect them. There's nothing really... You know... Oh well. Yeah, I have to get to the telephone. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Oh, für Elise. Oh, so sad. Where's the phone? Also, that is my TV. It's 1992. Did people really have that in 1992? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Where the hell is... There's the phone. Oh, Edith is probably the neighbor.
Come on, pick up. Please. Pick
The
up.
boy.
Bill, hi. Well, now how'd you know it was me?
Caller ID.
I don't know what that is.
It's new. Tells me who's calling.
Huh, that's some real fancy stuff you got there.
Uh-huh. Listen, I'm busy. Why are you calling?
I missed you because this is the last time we'll ever get to speak. You know what? No, let's do the Please Don't Hate Me because I think they don't have a good relationship. Wait, what? Oh, that's why they're grayed out. I can't use them.
Just,
Oh.
hadn't
Aw.
talked in a while.
And whose fault is that?
It's like, no. But which questions would have resulted in me being able to do this, to say this?
Can't we just, can't we talk?
What is there to say? Hi, son. How are the grandkids?
How are they?
Oh, by the way, I put your mom in a rest home so I could stay there and take care of my goats and my pigs and my stupid horse. Because, God forbid, I actually look after my sick wife.
That's not fair.
You put her in a home. You decided she wasn't good enough for you, and you put her in a home.
Ooh. She was getting forgetful if they found out. Well, the mafia.
I didn't know what to do. The doctors there, they would.
How hard could it be? Alzheimer's isn't some terrifying boogeyman. Wasn't it you who told me to stay with the ones you love, no matter what? So, what? You didn't love her anymore?
Excuse me? Alzheimer's can be so hard, especially on family members. Like, maybe it's the cold-hearted millennial inside of me, but I think sometimes a home is better because you have, like, ideally you have staff that is, that knows how to take care of these people, and they're not emotionally involved so much that they get angry. They don't take it personally if the person with Alzheimer's says or does something that, is really hurtful. And I think it can help, especially caring for someone with Alzheimer's, especially in the later stages. It is so life and soul consuming that, at some point you might even end up resenting them, and that's not what you want to do. So I don't see... I think what you have to make sure is that it's a good home, that you have to check on your loved one regularly so you know if they are cared for properly, and also to check on them just so they have the contact to you. But I don't know. I would want to rather be in a home than being cared for by someone who is not qualified. and who is completely overwhelmed because they don't have the money and they don't have the time, and it's just too much, especially all those intimate things. Plus, Alzheimer's can be super dangerous. Like if you leave on the oven or have like burn the place down, I mean that's not what you want to do and want to have. So, but that's just my opinion. So, she was scared of him. That's super sad.
Don't you dare.
You gave her up. You gave her up to doctors and nurses. You know what they do to people in homes?
It was the best home money could buy.
Money. You and your damn money. Cared more about being a rich pig farmer than the people you were supposed to love.
I mean, the moment you told your kid to kill their pet pig, it was over for you.
Hey, I loved you both. I did everything for you, everything.
Yeah, right.
Bill, I didn't want this call to...
You wanted to put my mom in a home. So I'm not sure what you want matters.
Bill, I just called to say...
Say what? Sorry? Did you know I visited her? I found out where you put her, and I visited her.
He didn't tell his son? That is super weird. That is scary.
They said you visited sometimes.
She was my wife, Bill.
She cried, Dad. She cried. She wept and she sobbed and she kept asking me where you were. She was so scared, Dad. She was so scared. She wanted you to take her home.
The doctor said sometimes she was lucid, but I couldn't.
She was lucid, Dad. And I held her hand as she sobbed herself to sleep. And I kept holding her hand until they told me I had to go. Where were you? Taking care of your precious chestnuts? Feeding your heritage breed pigs?
No, Bill,
Save it. Talk to your goats or your pigs or whatever it is you do.
I just wanted to tell you goodbye, Bill. I've got some of your stuff all boxed up. If you wouldn't mind coming by in a few days to pick it up.
We'll see.
Goodbye, son.
You'll never make this right, Dad.
I'm still trying.
Didn't he notice? Like, I have a better relationship with my dad, but if my dad would call me and say, I just wanted to say goodbye, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on? Do I have to come over? Jesus. Call the boy. Well, the fact that I think he didn't visit his wife because he was scared. Because losing someone, and I think, with illnesses like Alzheimer's, it is like losing the person slower because they have their lucid phases, but they also have the phases where they don't recognize you and where you don't recognize them. And so it's probably like, you try to recognize them, and as the one without Alzheimer's, you also try to recognize them, and you still have in your head how they were, but then you see them and they're sometimes like children, or they get really aggressive or, so helpless. And I think it can be super hard and heartbreaking. And so I get that you're super scared to face that. Now, and that's the balance, what you have to do. Like visit them, of course, care for them, but also care for you. Like that's the part that's super tricky and where you don't really, completely leaving someone, I wouldn't do that, hopefully. Present me would hopefully never do that. But I don't know what I would do. How much capable I would be to be there all the time without, going completely like, I don't know. Oof. Jesus, like hard topics. This is so sad, this
Hello?
game.
Hey, Edie, it's...
Oh, hey.
The neighbor.
How are you doing? I was just talking about you with Garfield. the other day. I said, Garth, you know we ought to visit.
Yeah, Edie, listen, I don't mean to interrupt. It's just, I'm on a tight schedule, and I need you to do me a favor, all right?
A favor? Sure. What you need?
I'm going to be out of town for a few days.
Oh? Finally taking my advice and visiting family?
It's so weird. I really wonder what I could have done to not have this. Like, to have the choice of pushing to.
I was
Oops, sorry.
wondering if you and Garth could make sure the animals were fed and watered, that kind of thing.
Oh, sure. We ain't got much going on.
Thanks, Edie. Listen,
Evan, what are you doing? Get down from there. Sorry, cats. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, the animals. I got them fed and watered for today. They should be good for tomorrow, too. But if it's too much of an imposition...
Not at all. We're happy to be imposed upon. You've been a good neighbor for so long. I'm glad you called me today. In fact, just the other day, I said to Garth, if we don't visit, then we should host.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Edie.
Hey, you should drop on by next Saturday afternoon. We're going out to the Harvest Festival with the grandkids, and I know how lonely it's been, what with Sadie gone and all. You should come with.
Oh, I appreciate the thought, Edie. I don't think I'll be back in town by then, though. Sorry.
Oh, that's too bad. It's been real nice seeing you coming back to church again.
Oh, it's been real nice being welcomed back. But now I gotta go. Chores and such. You know how it is.
Oh, I sure do. Well, come on over sometime. Just got some gooseberries in. We're making pies, and we'd love to have you. I know they're your favorite.
That they are. Gotta go now.
See ya.
Oh, I knew it. Brody
Hey,
was the
Brody.
dog, right?
How you been? I know I don't drop by as much as I ought. I ain't got an excuse. I still remember when I picked you up. Bill hadn't been himself lately, and I wanted him to... I wanted him to smile again. Oh, he saw you and I could see that spark in his eyes. The boy was still mad at me, though. I guess he had a right to be. But you? You he loved. And then I think he came around on me, too. For a time. Good boy. Good boy. You want to know something, Brody? I always believe dogs go to heaven, because all dogs is fundamentally good. Even the mean ones, they're good too. They're just, hurt or starving or, sick or scared. So, I know where you are. And I know Sadie's probably with you right now. I done wrong, Brody. I done a lot of wrong. And I don't know if I can make up for it. I want to tell you I'll see you soon, but the truth is I do not know. I don't know if I was good enough for you. Or her. I don't know if I did my best. So, this may be goodbye. I love you. And I miss you all the same.
The end. Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering how much is still open because... Oh my god. Not so much. Let's first get the shotgun. Look, it's a single blue boot. Yeah. Where's the dining room? I don't have a dining room, so I don't know what where it would be. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. There we go. Oh, suddenly! Oh, suddenly! Why would I chop it? Why would I chop it in the fridge? Wait, also, what do I want to make? I think I want to make a stew. So I need 4 chopped carrots. 1 onion and 1 potato. Man, that feels so wrong. Like chopping it in the... like this. Okay, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. There's so much in my hands. It's too much. What's that? Oh no! Oh, who cares? No! 5-second rule. 10-second rule. Oh my god. I thought I could hold it all. What's if I mess this up? Will I not have a meal? Will it be instant game over? I will totally get killed. What's with the bag? Huh, weird. And I have no, you know, no. No. Help, okay. Man, can I just not, oh, sorry, that was me. Oh, shit. Can I, there. Ugh, I'm a mess. Look, I'm not the best cook, but I'm actually better than this. Okay, so we got the potato, the carrot, the onion, and we do need peas. Okay, pick up. Put them in there. No. Put them in there in the package. Yes, why not? It's obviously a disaster. No one gives a shit. Steak cooks in the pan. Oh shit. Oh no. It's gone. Ugh. I messed it all up. So, what now? Also, there's the tea. Where's the stock? I don't have any steak anymore. So, what now? I can't finish this game because I messed this up. I can't cook this meal. There's no restock. There's no restock. Look, it's gone. I messed it up. It's gone. It'll be shit because I didn't do it, but at least I can like pull through. I mean, it won't taste too bad, but I think because I didn't put the steak in the pan, it will probably be a little bit tough. Sit down. That looks disgusting. Why is everything white? What happened? Why am I so small? Look at that. What was that? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the voice acting was, I think, was really, really good. Especially DC Douglas was the hitman. Okay, and Rick Zeev, they did a great job. Julian Smith. So we didn't have much time together, but I think you were solid. Bill Coy Chase, yes, very good, but some very long pauses between sentences. And Edie as herself, Edie, you were wonderful. I thought it was just two people. Because I think on itch.io, someone asked about a Linux version for this game, and they were like, we're currently two people. Well, maybe currently. Maybe that was the people that did the game, and now it's just two people that still, work on stuff like that. Or it's two people that can actually do, like, Linux adaptions or whatever. So, yeah, I think I have to replay it at some point to see how a different ending would look like and what I can do to influence the game. I'm not quite sure what I could do. I didn't really feel like, usually you kind of know when stuff, goes two ways. And with this game, whenever I had an option, it wasn't an option where I felt like, oh, this will be it. This will be the either or answer. Scene select, that's good. Yeah, I will definitely try that out at some point. Not now, maybe then in a second episode. Because, 1.5 hours, that's long enough. I really enjoyed it. I think the setting was really cool, and I like the whole mood of it. I think that was kind of super interesting. So the story and the dialogues as well. I mean, I wasn't on par with everything the characters said, but I don't have to be, It's not like, whatever is being said I have to agree with to like a game. So I think I kind of like the conversations. Towards the end, it got a little bit forced, I feel like, especially with the hitman's reactions. Like, that suddenly took this weird turn at the shooting range. That was just odd. It was really odd. It felt a bit rushed, like out of nowhere. Even though, they had this whole thing, this will be the last time, and blah, blah, blah. But that I don't know, the way I think he reacted felt a little bit off to me. But all in all, I enjoyed it. But I think, I don't know, there's something about it that I think because I didn't feel like I had as much control over the outcome and over the game. Like, I was thrown in and didn't really know what would influence the outcome. And I don't know whether that was by design. I don't know. It kind of feels weird, because if I now try things differently, I wouldn't even know what. Also, I didn't really at the beginning get that the grayed out answers were those that I couldn't give anymore because of some choices I had done previously. So yeah, it wasn't really holding me by the hands when it comes to that. Yeah, I think conceptually I really like this game. When it comes to the themes and the dialogues, I also like it. I think the voice acting was fantastic. The animals looked weird. That's just, but the rest of the game I think looked really, I liked it. It had a little telltale, feel to it, which I really enjoy. But it's a little rough around the edges, and I don't think it's the gameplay. I think it's more the pacing. I think it has a lot to do with the pacing, that it felt a little bit sometimes drawn out, and sometimes things happen too fast. I know there was no real way, and also I think I actually would have preferred to be able to discover some things and find out more about some things, because why can't I look at things and inspect things if there's nothing to see there? Like, if I don't get any intel on it, and it could be just a text field, telling me what's this for on a farm, or if there's any memory attached to it, because as it is, it's like you can just, it gets just zoomed a little and then there's nothing. So that I'm not a big fan of that. I like if I can inspect things, but they actually enhance the story or create, help me with the world building. So yeah, it was again rough around the edges, but all in all, I don't regret that I played this, and I will probably try it out for a second episode to see whether there are alternatives, and then make like a super cut of some other stuff. I won't probably try like 100% achievements and whatnot, but I will try a few different things just to see what could have been, Yeah, but if you like this, you can like this. You can comment. How did you like it? Was this a game? Like, did you think the pacing was cool? Would you have decided as I did, or do you really think like I was totally off? Do you like horses also? First and foremost, do you like horses? Because that obviously was like the topic in this game. The very controversial topic of this game. And you can also subscribe to my channel. I always forget it to say it at the beginning, which I think is like super trendy right now. You have to do it at the beginning of the game, and I never do it. I kind of always forget it. So I have to say it now. You can subscribe to my channel. To quote Bob the Drag Queen, it's free. Because it is. Subscribing to YouTube channels, as of now, is still free. So hop on it before it becomes like super expensive. No, it will never become super expensive to subscribe to my channel. Yeah, you're welcome with open arms, even if you don't like horses. You're still welcome. I will side eye you, but I will, grudgingly welcome you. On this channel. Yeah. I hope you had a good time. I hope we will have a good time in the future together. So, as it is, adios. This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays. Sorry. Sorry.